Are you hungry? I know I am. Let's get cracking. What's up, guys? This is Conscious Cooking. My name is Jacob, and good news and bad news. Good news is there will be an episode this week. The bad news is it's going to be shorter. Why? My brother, who lives in Philadelphia, is coming home this weekend because this is Labor Day weekend. So he's coming home this weekend, which is awesome. I love when my brother comes home. However, we're having a dinner party basically tonight, and I don't have the time to record, edit, and render me cooking for an entire dinner party. So me and my mom are doing all the cooking together, which means that I can't record it because she doesn't want to be on camera. So basically, I'm going to be recording one of the things that I'm making. And what I'm going to be recording for you guys is my green bean stir fry, which I love because it's something that I make at Thanksgiving. It's something that I make whenever we're having a lot of people over because it's good, it's easy, it's simple, it's fast, and it's good. I know I already said good, but it's double good. So the unfortunate part is that this is going to be a little bit shorter of an episode, and it's only going to feature one thing. It's only going to feature the stir fry. There's not going to be a side and a main course. It's just going to be the stir fry, which should be served primarily as a side. But I definitely wanted to get that out of the way. The process is, like I said, it's very simple. You want to blanch your green beans and then put them in the fridge. You want to cut everything up, have it ready. You want all of your mise en place. You want all of your stuff in place. That's basically what that means. You want to get your pan nice and hot, a little bit of oil, put everything in there in a specific order so that everything gets flavored correctly. Salt and pepper at the end so that you don't build up too much moisture in the pan. And then you just put it all in a bowl and you serve it. It's simple, it's good, it's fast. I make it every Thanksgiving. But with that, let's go get on into it. Alright folks, blanching is actually a very simple and easy process. I have all of my beans right here. They're in I guess you can call it a strainer. It's just a wire mesh basket. And we're going to put them into the boiling water. It doesn't fit all the way. There we go. Get in there. And blanching it's pretty important when you're cooking something that's green that's not just being boiled or steamed. And the reason for that is we want to start cooking them now without finishing the cooking just until they turn bright green. Now I'm going to keep talking you guys through this process to explain what's going on here. We're basically cooking these partially. And the reason that we're doing that is because when they go into the stir fry with everything else, or let's say you were baking these in a casserole, something like that, these are going to cook at a very different rate than all of the other ingredients. So as soon as these turn bright green, we're going to take them out and hit them with cold water to stop the cooking, much like what you would do with pasta sometimes. Unless, of course, you want your sauce to stick to your pasta, but that's another explanation that I'm probably going to get to another time. Or in the words of Alton Brown, that's another show. But these are looking green enough for me. They're hot. So now we're going to go strain these off. Alright folks, hit them with cold water. Stop the cooking process. And then I shall return when it is time for the stir fry. Keep these in the fridge in the meantime. Alright folks, it is finally time to start. We have our blanched green beans. We have some crushed garlic. We have some diced carrots, diced celery, diced red, yellow, and orange bell peppers, and some julienne onions. The order is going to be as follows: oil, garlic, carrots, celery, onions, green beans, peppers. In that order. Whoops. Things are going to be in for anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes before the next thing goes in. Do it by sight. Do it once it looks to start to have softened. Add the next round. That way everything will be around the same amount of doneness at the end. Let's get cooking. Alright folks, it's time. Oil in the pan, just enough so that things don't stick. And in goes the garlic. Spread it around, keep it moving, make sure that it's cooking evenly and thoroughly. You will smell garlic in the air pretty much immediately. And yes, I know, it's a lovely smell. I actually really do like the smell of garlic myself. Not necessarily on somebody's breath, but definitely like in the air of my house or in the air of a restaurant. Keep this moving just for a bit. Then we're going to leave it here for about a minute. Come back, add the carrots. Alright folks, it's been about a minute. The garlic has started to soften up a little bit. It's browning ever so slightly. It's time to add the carrots. These are the hardest thing that we are cooking in this stir fry, so we want to get these in as early as possible to start breaking them down and softening them up, because when it comes to a stir fry like this, you want everything to be cooked all the way through. That's important. You want different textures, but you don't want different donenesses. You want everything to be done at the same time, which is why we're putting the hardest ingredient to cook in first. Well, second, we need the flavor of the garlic to permeate the entire dish, and the only way to make sure that that happens is to put it in with the oil. But we're probably going to wait about 3 to 5 minutes until this starts to soften up before we add the celery. Alright folks, it's been around, I'd say 3.5 minutes, and things are softening up pretty nicely. So I'm going to add the celery. Get it all out of there. This is one of the reasons when I'm stir frying, a lot of times I like to use just a large spoon. It gets the job done. It helps just scrape stuff out, move it around. But the celery is going to be a little bit faster. I'd say we're going to give this one about 3 minutes. Please, please, please don't add salt yet, or else you'll end up with soup. See? Nice dry pan so far. Just a little bit of oil so that nothing sticks. Don't add salt yet, because it will slow everything down to an absolute crawl. Because you're going to have to cook through all that moisture that seeps out. Leave it like this for now. It'll be better product when we're done. Alright folks, it's been about 3 minutes. Time for the onions. Now this is going to add a lot of mass to the stir fry. As you can see, it kind of just mounted up right there. Stir it all together, break up any chunks left from the onion. You've seen me cut onions up before. I really didn't feel the need to show you guys that again, especially when I'm really on a time crunch like this. Normally I will show you that part of the process. However, this week really is a special exception to the normal rule, and I wanted to make sure to get you guys a video out, but since I was in here all day cooking with my mom, I wasn't really able to record everything. But as you can see, it's looking very nice. It's going to be a nice full product when we're done. It's easily going to fill this entire frying saute pan. So leave this here. I'm going to give this one about 3 minutes, a little bit on the smaller side since the onions are, nice and thin. But when we come back, we're going to add the green beans and go from there. Alright folks, it is time to add the green beans. This is pretty much going to fill up the entire stir fry. And you're probably thinking, well, aren't the onions kind of the star since there was just as many onions as there were green beans? Yes and no. The whole point of this, like I said, this is a dish that I make on Thanksgiving. Because on Thanksgiving, most people have green bean casserole. However, nobody in my family likes green bean casserole. So I wanted to devise a way to get our green beans in without, having to make a casserole. So I created this probably like 4 or 5 years ago. It's grown and developed since then. And the reason it's so large is because, tonight for dinner we're having 8 people over, which is a lot of people when your wok is only built for like 4 people, which is why this is so full right now. Which is why we're going to enlist some help. Once we put in the peppers, we're going to lid this up with my favorite pan. It's just a 12-inch stainless steel, really heavy frying pan. As I said, once we add the peppers to this, we're going to slap that lid on there and let the steam go to work. We're going to add the salt and pepper, put on the lid, let all the moisture drain out, and then steam and help cook all this stuff so that we don't have to stand here for half an hour mixing it. Well, let me rephrase that. We don't have to stand here for another half an hour mixing this. So, it's going to make our life a little bit easier. It's going to make the dish a little bit better because everything's going to be exactly the same in terms of how it's cooked through. But basically all we are doing now is waiting for this to heat through so that we can add the pepper, the salt, and the bell peppers, lid it up, and steam it out. So, I'll be back when this is hot. Alright folks, it's time. Sorry, I'm excited. My brother just landed. And like I said, I'm really happy to see my brother. He just happens to ruin my cooking. Okay, here's the thing. And I'm not going to explain to you guys the process again. I just did. I'm just going to do it. So here's the thing. I work in a restaurant. And I work 6 days a week. I work Saturday through Thursday. Friday is my only day off. I have Saturday night off, and I have Friday during the day off. However, my parents have Saturday night off as well. So, what usually happens is Friday during the day, I record and edit and render the video. And that takes like the entire day. Because the cooking process itself usually takes around 2 hours. The editing and rendering usually take another 3. Then I have to make the thumbnail, I have to upload. There's a lot that goes into each of these episodes. So, today, I wasn't able to sit down and record the way that I normally am because my parents are home. My parents took the day off because they know my brother is flying in. So, on the one hand, yeah, it's awesome that my brother is flying in, but at the same time, it causes me problems with trying to record these videos because they are here doing, living their lives, so they're making noise. And I just want to show you guys this real quick. Immediately, there's moisture in the pan already. Which is exactly what I said was going to happen. Scrape off the sides. Grab your large heavy pan and lid up. I'll be back. Alright folks, we're done. The dish is complete. We just have to kill the heat, put it in a big old bowl for service, and wait for company to arrive. And that is it, folks. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. It is very much greatly appreciated. Of course, starting next week, you will be able to find the exact mission of the week, as well as a paste bin containing the recipe and the procedures, which I will be calling the protocol. That is the both recipe and the procedure is the protocol. You'll be able to find both of those in the description down below. I do have a website now, thekitchenwithamission.com. It brings you directly to the YouTube channel. But as I said, that's going to be it. Thank you all once again for all of your support, and I will see you all next week. Goodbye.